Let's have some fun with Ask JP questions, shall we? A question for today comes from a lovely lady named Benazir in Denmark. And Benazir says, I love the question, are men afraid of women being needy? If so, what do I do about it? It's a good question. I can't possibly speak for all men. I can barely speak for myself, but I'll do it anyway. So I'm speaking in generalities. I hope we all know that. So Benazir, my experience is, yes, men are afraid of needy women. Know what else men are afraid of? Women who are not needy. So now what do you do about it? Well, you could start dating women. Women tend to be more functional creatures, in my opinion. Or I'd ask you to just consider a few aspects on how to manage these interesting creatures named men, called men. They probably have different names. So men being afraid of you if you're needy, and paradoxically, men being afraid of you if you're not needy. We start adding things up, and we might start to consider men are scared in general. Absolutely. And by the way, everything I'm saying, I would dare say we can probably apply opposite direction to women as well. So why are men afraid of women being needy? Here's some perspective. When you need me, there's on the surface, pay attention to me and make me feel like I matter and give me flowers and say sweet things to me. Okay, on the surface it seems pretty benign, but there's an unconscious dance under the surface. When you're needy towards me, the unconscious agenda that I as the man experience is essentially, I'm responsible for you. I'm responsible for your well-being. If I'm meeting your needy needs, then you're happy. If I'm not, then you're unhappy. So the weight of your entire happiness world gets put on my shoulders. So is there any question as to why some men will run from that? Oh, you're too needy. Let me get away from that. When the man runs from you, maybe the spoken word is, you're too needy. Get the heck out of my life. Or I'm getting the heck out of yours. By the way, I'll take everything but the ice cube trays in the freezer. But maybe the real message that the man doesn't know how to speak is, I'm scared. And you know what? I'm ashamed that I'm not enough to carry the weight of your world. It scares me when you feel good because of what I do. Because it reminds me that could be taken away. What if I'm not good enough to meet your needs next time? Then let's look at the flip side. How a man can be scared if you're not needy. Starting to look like a no-win situation. So let's just say you're self-sufficient, you're independent woman, whatever we want to call it. Here I am as the guy, and I sit here saying, she doesn't need me. I don't matter. I don't have any significance to her. So I have to leave the relationship because she doesn't need me, which is I don't feel like I matter enough to her. So there's this neediness that goes on in the guy. A guy needs to be needed. That's how needy the guy is. Or if he has too much fear emotional charge on that side, instead of being so needy that he needs to be needed, he is so needy that he needs not to be needed. And once he's living in this realm long enough, he develops too much fearful emotional charge. Now he'll oscillate. Oh, now I need to be needed. Too much fear built up, he'll oscillate back to this side. That oscillation, as I'm eating my hair, tastes pretty good, by the way, fruitful. That oscillation can go back and forth. It can take seconds, or it can take months, different phases of the relationship. Relationships tend to be created out of an infatuation with our neediness. Think back to your relationships in your past or present relationship. In the beginning, there's the infatuation where, oh, the more needy you are of me, the more endearing it is. I love how you can't wake up in the morning without texting me to say hi and needing me to text you back. I just love it how when I give you a phone call in the middle of the day, it just lights up your world. Very endearing neediness in the beginning of a relationship. And then after a while, I need to be needed. Once I start to feel the unconscious weight of the world, of being responsible for your world, then I start to lean away. That doesn't feel good. I don't like feeling this thing I can't describe, this rebellion to being responsible for you. So now I lean this way, where I need to not be needed, which just means I'm less afraid over here. So, Ben Azir, you've probably had in your life experience men who are in the relationship basically going like this. I love you, I hate you, no, I love you over here, no, I hate you, I hate that. So, what's the solution to all this? Vulnerability. From my point of view, we can't have a functional relationship with a guy or a girl unless we get vulnerable, where one partner says to the other, I'm needy. Here's what my needs are. And you know what? They'll be different day to day. Day to day. Today, I need a lot of your physical affection. And if you have the availability, please share it with me. And if you don't, I'll do my best to carry the weight of my world on my shoulders. So there's been not a human being in human history that when we look at them and say, you're needy, there's never been a person who says, thank you for the compliment. We have so much shame about our neediness. If I come up to you in the street and call you needy, you'll take that as an insult. Yet, please, if we can all do our best to relax into our humanity, we're all needy here. The question is, do you deny it or not? The more I, as the man in the relationship, deny it, the more I have to leave you because I'm denying that I'm needy of being needy, or I'm needy of not being needed, if that makes sense. When we can get vulnerable with our neediness, which means we're vulnerable with our shame, which means we're vulnerable with our insecurities, we can look at each other and say, dear beloved, here's what I'm most insecure about based on what I know about myself today. And I'd love to hear what you're most insecure about. Dear beloved, I love how you are so needy. And dear beloved, I'm at least that needy. I'm competitive, so some days I think I'm way needier than you are. So let's open a conversation, talk about our neediness, talk about our insecurities. And Ben Azir, as you invite a man in your life to have an open, vulnerable conversation, there's a fork in the road. If he chooses to participate in the conversation with you, and P.S., it's an ongoing conversation. We can't just nurture ourselves in this open conversation, nurture the relationship once. That's like eating a nutritious meal and expecting that's going to sustain us for the rest of our life. It needs to be an ongoing relationship, ongoing conversation. Back to the fork in the road. If he chooses to participate with you, wonderful. If he says, goes down the other side of the fork, what are you talking about? I'm not needy. Only women are needy. Only weak people are needy. Why would I be needy? I hope you get the message. I'm so needy in this moment, I need to not be needy, and I need to deny it all. Just know that's what you're dealing with in the relationship. That might serve you really well, and it may not serve you really well. It's just Can you be conscious of who you're dealing with in the relationship? More significantly, can you create the open invitation to invite your partner to connect with you in a non-seductive way? That's all seduction. It's always oriented around our neediness, but we're in denial of it. That's why it's seduction. So can we engage in a non-seductive, open, vulnerable conversation about our neediness? Benazir, thank you for your question. For me, it has application to all of us. I really appreciate it. And for the rest of you out there, thank you for joining me today. I'll look forward to your questions and your comments. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll look forward to talking with you next time.